Oh, okay. Today is February 11, 2021. Okay. Um, just to start this off, I have an idea or a sort of certain topic that I wanna um focus on this time around. Usually it's just random, but today I actually want to make a some sort of like future message to myself. It seems all dramatic and cringy and cliche and all that, but I'm being honest. Like I'm feeling like I want to make a future message for myself, and particularly to myself when I like more situational wise for when I'm feeling anxious, lazy, or unmotivated in any way, or feeling overwhelmed. Um, I or just like feeling like a failure. Because I'll be honest, today I started off feeling lazy, unmotivated, and tired, and I just felt all sorts of just down, and I didn't feel the greatest. And I'm gonna be honest, like I don't feel 100%, but I just took a really cold shower, and for right now, I feel much better than when I started the day off. And I guess it just sort of makes me I want to I want to keep a reminder or give myself a constant reminder that even when you're filled with anxious thoughts and filled when you're feeling depressed in any way, I want to be able to remind myself that there are always things you can do. Not to treat it or just completely get rid of the problems, but to make you feel more in control, make you feel, I don't know, more, make you widen your perspective in a way just by doing a couple of things. And what I mean by that is for those days where you feel absolutely dead tired and you feel like when you feel like you can't do anything that day and you feel like just slacking off and doing all the things that you know will make you feel bad in the end, just know that there's um there's always something you can do to make the situation a little bit better. like like Jordan Peterson said, humans will always find themselves in situations where they are suffering. There will always be moments and days where it feels like hell. And this is not exactly what Jordan Peterson said, but it's around the same idea that hell is a bottomless pit because people like us will always find a way to make it infinitely worse for ourselves. We take an already bad situation, we take an already sad and horrible situation, and we find ways to make it worse for ourselves. An example of that would be like waking up tired or just waking up on the wrong side of the bed or something. You just don't wake up right and you make a couple mistakes in the morning by just like, I don't know, using your phone for the first 2 hours and wasting that day, and then you feel sort of like a failure. So you go downstairs and binge and like just, I don't know, just watch YouTube and watch Netflix all day when you know you're not feeling right. You um you don't work out, you don't meditate, you don't do any of these things because you feel like you deserve it because you started off the day wrong. You feel like it already started off wrong. I might as well just let it happen. But sometimes what you do is you forget you forget that there's always things you can do. There's always things you can remind yourself with that, sure, life is mostly chaotic and life is mostly unpredictable and will sometimes put you in the deep end, but a lot of the times there's always something. There's always, even if you could make your day 10 to 20% better, isn't that a little bit worth it instead of making it 10 to 20% worse? Or most of the time it's a lot more than that. So, man, I'm here to remind you that on those days where you don't feel right, there's always things you can do. There's always something. For example, today I didn't feel the greatest, but I took a simple 5-minute cold shower. As nervous and scary as whatever, as uncomfortable it might have been, I feel so much better right now. But it's like, dude, it doesn't make sense to continue being anxious, unmotivated, and lazy without trying to do anything about it. And I suppose, sure, don't beat yourself up for any of those things. Part of the reason why you put yourself in a deep end is because you always beat yourself up over one failure. You have to realize that failures and mistakes, all these things make you grow as a person. You got to realize these things and you got to be aware of the things. And when you're anxious and when you notice yourself doing things to make the situation worse for yourself, you got to remind yourself that, hey, it's almost never the situation. It's always how you think about it. And as far out there that might be, in simplicity, it is true. Like that stupid, annoying, same old quote that we keep hearing. Life is 10%. 10% of life is what happens. 90% of it is how we react to it. And as tired as I am of hearing that and trying to manifest that and trying to incorporate that into my mindset, as hard as it is, it's still really true, And man, you just gotta stop doing that to yourself. You gotta stop feeling sorry for yourself. After all this time, after how much you've grown, I'm surprised you haven't realized that you are ultimately a person who can get through whatever, man. And sure, it's anxious and it's scary to think about. It's scary to think about having to deal with the future, the potentiality of how bad things can go. But you gotta focus on it now. You gotta focus on right now. And even now, I'm anxious. And you're probably anxious. I get that. But it's something we just have to deal with. And we can deal with it. We don't run away from it. We realize it and we think about all the things we can do to make it better. If you haven't worked out today, you should. If you haven't meditated today, you should. And if you feel really tired and just overwhelmed, go take a cold shower, man. It will make you feel better, more energized, and it will make you feel like you have more control of something. It won't fix everything. It won't. But it will put you in a state. It will put you in the right space, the right the right mindset. And yeah, man, it's welcome, man. It's gonna be a long while till we're rid of this anxiety that we feel, and who knows, we might have it for the rest of our life. And as scary as that is, I think we both know that we are completely capable of living through life and enjoying it and being content, even with despite it being here. Because one day we'll understand it, we'll understand ourselves, and we'll understand why that anxiety is even there in the first place, and we'll understand how to be with it and keep, like, have it in our lives where it doesn't affect a lot of stuff. I don't know where I'm going with this. Look, I'll be honest. I'm just here to remind you, bro. Gotta get off your ass. Gotta do some shit. Gotta go out there and do all these things. Because life is tough. Life is tough already. So don't make it worse for yourself, and try to do things to make it better for yourself, you know? Just something. Do one thing, man. That's all I'm asking you. One thing. Anyway. As cringy as that was, feels pretty good. I've always wanted to do one of those things, so fuck you if you think it's cringy. You might be even looking now, it's like, what am I doing, dude? But look, alright, you gotta remember, man. I got a Kindle. Okay, we'll just go straight to the updates. This thing is amazing, by the way. Just so you know, this is off, but this is electric ink, bro. Check this shit out. Boom, waking up, and then bang, 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 bang. Come on. I'm sorry, it's a little slow. But look, it's Animal Farm in electronic paper. Kind of cool, no? I could, like, look at that. Oh, 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 so nice. So nice. It was definitely worth, in my opinion. I could really see myself, like, spending hours on it, and, like, so far, man, it's been really good to use that to, like, put me to sleep when I need it, obviously. But yeah. Um um what else? I finally get that first phone appointment thing with the therapist, and that was cool. Um, I've asked her some questions about her knowledge and her background, and yeah, so it was really wonderful. It was really cool. Um, where's that? Um, yeah. Anyway, cool. So my therapist is taking a week off, so that's cool. And she says I have questions ready for the next meeting, so I'm better prepared for that. Cool, 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 cool. Anyway, what else? I've been playing a lot of Valorant. It's practically the only video game I've been playing. Um, but yeah. Anyway, most of the reason why I wanted to do that sort of message thing is I've been feeling all sorts of things this week, man. And I've been recently feeling more anxious, and it's scary to think about. I don't know if it's I'm noticing it more or I have more. It's really hard to tell. I'm really hoping it's the former, and that's okay. I mean, it feels the same, sure. But yeah, I've told one person that I'm in therapy now, and that was Chris, and he was really cool about it. He was glad that I was getting help and stuff like that, and it felt really good to talk about it. So yeah, it's um yeah, I mean it's cool, man. Um yeah, I hope one day. It reminds me. I hope one day I can really talk about that kind of stuff and be completely open about it. I always used to think I was an open book, but I'm really not. I'm an open book when it comes to things that I want to talk about, that I'm comfortable talking about. And sure, I'm comfortable about talking about a lot of things, but I think making myself vulnerable and showing the weak, not the weak parts, but showing the parts that I'm not most proud of are hard. And it's especially hard when you've never talked about these sort of things with your friends, and like it's I get that, man. Like it's hard, and it's like it's uncomfortable and it's awkward, especially when you're used to just, I don't know, you're used to a sort of vibe when you're with people. You're used to just having fun. You're used to just joking around, not taking things too seriously, because just that's just how you are with people, and it makes you more pleasurable to be around, you know. And yeah, I'm glad. Like I just want to say, I want to. I'm really glad and thankful for Chris letting me talk with that. So that was fun. Um, what else? I've also been. I don't know, and I want to take my social relationships with people to a whole new level, and not like force it upon them, but I want to do it when the opportunity comes. I want to be less toxic, but I also want to be more open with people. And like just things like that. Like I want to be a really good friend. And I want to set an example that it's okay to talk to people. And like yeah, it's incredible to see my growth, I guess, through other people's eyes. I don't even know what that mean. I don't even know what that means. Think about it, it doesn't even make sense. Anyway, anyway, I'm regarding most of the anxious feelings I've been feeling. It was regarding mostly school and stuff like that. And yeah, I just wanna. I just want to do that, and like, Anyway, sorry, I just saw a funny message on Discord. I don't know why I laughed like that. But aside from that, my sleep's been okay. I kind of fumbled it yesterday. Not too much. It's like an hour or something. But mostly it's been sort of consistent, and I find that I'm definitely less anxious. Um, yeah, it's just. I also realize how much I'm shaking my legs sometimes. But yeah, I feel great right now. I feel good. Usually I don't feel so good, especially after like a heavy breakfast. But right now I don't feel that bad. Cold showers or something, man. I think they're. I know how good they are and how good they can be, but also. Yeah. Anyway. Oh. Yeah. I gotta look more into it. I guess it's just. I don't know. Cold showers are amazing, man. Gotta do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it more. I'm gonna do it every day. Would that be pushing myself too hard? I'm already trying to meditate for 50 days. Would taking cold showers really mess me up? That's a question. I'm afraid. Like sometimes there's so many things that I know I could do to improve my life, but it makes me afraid that I'm adding too much to my plate. I'm biting off more than I can chew, sort of thing. And that's definitely like I never know the balance between whether I'm stagnating too much or not doing enough or doing too much to the point where I'll burn myself out and I'll have weeks of just trying to recuperate from that. Recuperate? I don't know the word, sorry. Um, yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Man, I love it. I love it, man. I love it. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of there. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna go play some Valorant or something. I have to meditate after. I made this thing where I have to get into playing and do at least a small meditation before I play a game. So yeah. Cool. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna get out of here. Bye bye. Oh.